Hello, everyone. It's Lori Staley, Addicted Stamper. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Dillsburg, Pennsylvania. That is just a little bit south of Harrisburg, if you're wondering where that is. Hey, Corinne, good to see you. Welcome, everybody. It's Lunch with Lori. I started this a couple of weeks ago, and I think it's working out pretty well, so we're going to keep going with that. Thank you for sharing, Corinne. I appreciate it. We're going to be playing with February's Paper Pumpkin, which I finally got. It took forever this month. So we're going to do some Paper Pumpkin today. I'm looking forward to that. And what else do I want to share with you this morning or this afternoon? Yep, it is noon. It is noon, right? Well, speaking of Paper Pumpkin, there's only 3 days left to get into Paper Pumpkin if you're not already a subscriber, to receive the extra free gift in the March kit. And that is an entire stamp set. So it's exclusive to Paper Pumpkin. All the stamp sets are exclusive. Hi, Marilyn, good to see you. All the stamp sets that you get in Paper Pumpkin are exclusive to Paper Pumpkin. So you can't purchase them through Stamping Up, through the catalog, even through the online store. You must be a Paper Pumpkin subscriber to get those stamp sets. And there's some really cute stamp sets in these kits. So March 10th is the last day to subscribe, to buy a prepaid code for just March. All of that, right? So make sure you are doing that if you want to get in on the 10th anniversary kit with the extra stamp set. The other thing that I want to remind you of is we are in a new month, so we have a new host code. When you place your orders online, let me slide these over for 1 second, and that order hits $35 in product, you will earn the Just Card kits for this month. These are the 5 cards that we'll be making. I have an in-person class if you're local to me. That is usually the second Wednesday of every month. So in this case, it is tomorrow. Holy crap, tomorrow's March 8th. I am so screwed up, guys. I'll tell you a story while we're stamping later, but oh man, I'm screwed up this month. So the class is tomorrow at 3 p.m. I've got folks coming for that. That was for February's. This one will be the second Wednesday of April. Because then you can earn the projects the whole way through the month of March. So I always like to do them the second Wednesday of April, which I believe is April 12th. It's right after Easter. You can do a porch pickup if you're local. You can come to the in-person class. If you're long distance, we cut everything. We emboss it. We die cut. We include the embellishments. We have a color PDF that you receive via email. We just asked for $4 for the postage, right? Postage keeps going up and costs are getting crazy for everyone I know. But $4 and you get the 5 cards with envelopes and all the supplies you need. You just supply the adhesive, the inks, and the stamps, because to stay in compliance with Stamping Up, of course, I cannot stamp those projects for you. All right, let's get to telling the winner that they get to pick between the card that I had pre-made. This was my club card, and then the club we did together because the Dainty Flowers paper was sold out. And that is Marilyn Elrod, right? Am I saying your name right, Marilyn? So you let me know if you want the Dainty Flowers or the Favored Flowers paper, and I will need your address. So if you can message me that. Hi, Carol, good morning. That would be great. And we'll try to get these out to you tomorrow. So congratulations, Marilyn. All right, here we go. I have this cute little app that I use, and I put everybody's name in and it spins and selects for me. So can't beat that, right? All right, so I did go through this kit already. Because of course I made the alternates. We're going to make the actual cards together, and then we're going to do 3 alternates as well. But this is the kit. Of course, it coordinates with the adorable stamp set in the mini catalog. You're going to find that stamp set on, let me find the page. Playing in the Rain is on page 51. And actually, it's a whole collection of products, right? Or suite collection, I should say. So 50 and 51 display all the products in that suite collection. the cute designer series paper, the stamps, the dies, the daisies. I don't know if they're back in stock or not. They had been not orderable. And then the raindrop embossing folder. So very cute, and it definitely coordinates beautifully with this month's paper pumpkin. Although you will see I did not use it on my alternate. So I'm giving you some other ideas to do. All right, so 3 cards, 3 designs, 3 cards each with coordinating envelopes, the fun little stamp set that you get in every paper pumpkin. There's always a stamp set, and they're always photopolymer. Your first paper pumpkin that you get, you will receive a clear block that will fit any of the stamps that come in the kits. So you don't even have to worry about that. And you will always get at least 1 ink spot. This one happens to be Mango Melody. So 1 ink spot. I don't open my ink spots. I save those for prizes at my team meetings or my events. So I did not open this. I just used my big Mango Melody ink pad. And then here's the envelopes. They're all the same this month. And you can actually cut the envelopes apart and use that pretty watercolor wash. That whole envelope has that on the inside. So this can become designer series paper for you as well. Not just an envelope, because you can always put them in our basic white envelopes, right? We got some, which I realized as I was packing the kits this morning, I did not even use any of the embellishments. So we might add a few while we're stamping together today. But these cute little embellishments, raindrops, and then that's the Flirty Flamingo, right? The coordinating colors in this kit are Flirty Flamingo, Balmy Blue, of course, Basic Black, Cajun Craze, Coastal Cabana, Daffodil Delight, Old Olive, Shaded Spruce, and Mango Melody. Mango Melody is, of course, the one we got. Now you can see I've done a lot of punching out here, but these are the pre-done die cuts that you receive. I think I have 1 full sheet. Let's pull the full sheet out that I didn't play with. So you get 3 sheets of these, and you will have a few leftovers depending upon how you make your cards, right? So they're really cute. Look at this little bunny's face and the little frog. They're all just adorable. The umbrella, the hillside, cute, cute, cute. Tags to stamp your greetings on, as well as the kites. Okay, and I think we're at the bottom. And then there's also always in the kit, oh, these are pieces and parts. Also in the kit, some color coordinating tissue paper. So if you like to keep tissue paper for your gift bags, there's an added bonus, right? If you have kiddos in college, you can open this box up, fold it the opposite direction, and you have a great mailing box to send snacks or treats or goodies or whatever you'd like to send to them, right? All right, so that's what was in the kit this month. Oh, and there's also, I think, glue dots in here. Okay. So we, as I said, we are going to start, if I put them out here, I did. We're going to start by doing the actual cards in the kit. And these are the full color instructions that come with it. There's like no reading necessary. You just follow along with the project. I'm going to pull, oh, I'm pulling the middle one first. That's all right. Say that's all right. Okay. So card bases are already cut. Look at that rainbow in there. You did win, Marilyn. You did win. Yes, ma'am. So again, this is already pre-printed for you. Got a great rainbow on the inside, the gingham on the outside. Gotta love that. We are going to go ahead and stamp the sun in the corner with the Mango Melody. Now, here is my tip for you if you have not done your kit yet. I've got my sun mounted, mounted on my Stamparatus. And I am going to use it to stamp in Mango Melody on this card front. Don't let your magnets do that. They'll break. Ask me how I know. Okay, so I am going to align my sun. Who's got the Stamparatus? Hopefully everybody, because it is the most fabulous. I'm going to lay a piece of scrap paper under there so we're not stamping on, and I don't have my bag here, or I'd pull one of the grid papers out. Most fabulous stamp positioner on the market. And yeah, I did have something to do with it. I was on the design team, but I don't say that just because I was on the design team. I truly believe it. All right, so we're going to put this right about there. It's going to come off just a little bit. We're going to stamp it this way so I can fold the, or you know what, I can do the arm the other way. Let's do that. I like having it where I think I'm going to want it. There we go. So we're going to bring the plate and reposition it over here. Bring that back up into the corner a little bit. And then I'm going to close after I put my magnets on to hold it in place. You got one and love it. Yay! I love mine too. That was a big secret. We couldn't talk about it. We couldn't tell anyone that we were working on it. And it went about 2 years. So yeah. All right, I'm going to slide a stamp case under the plate so I have a nice flat surface to ink it up on. I'm trying to stay in camera. I zoomed in this morning. That's what I get for zooming in. Awesome, Marilyn. Oh yeah, they're great for the older folks, aren't they? Absolutely, especially if they have any kind of arthritis in their hand. And we are going to ink that sun up. Okay. And whoops, we're going to stamp it down. Notice I kept my magnets good distance away so that they didn't interfere with me getting good compression onto the card base. So that's cute, but I can see, maybe you can't on camera, but I can see the pink gingham showing through. So here's the reason for the stamparatus. We're going to stamp that another time. And I'm going to do it one more time because I can still see a little bit of it. And this should do it. But the joy is that it hasn't moved. I'm stamping in exactly the same spot. Here's my other tip. Grab yourself a cheap chalkboard eraser. And boy, these are a lot cheaper than the days I used to clap erasers after class, right? To get all the chalk dust out of them. This is like styrofoam. And now there's no gingham showing through our sun. So just a little tip that might help you if you don't like that gingham peeking through. Just want to see the sunshine, right? And I will clean that later with my chamois. That is also in my case. So now we have the front of our card. And we're going to go ahead and start adding a few things. While I'm here, I'm going to go ahead and stamp my greeting on this one. The problem with this is today that I have the kits packed for the alternates. So now I have to find the right kit with the right greeting so I can pull it out and use it. So I was going to tell you a funny story. So I was at retreat. I got back Sunday afternoon, and then I went to see the local. Well, my husband works for Mechanicsburg School District, which is not too far from us. We live in Northern, but he works for Mechanicsburg. So I went to see their high school music, which was fabulous. They did Mary Poppins, and those kids were amazing. Really just stellar performance by all of them. And I'm gonna lay that up there, bring in my little ducky, get some dimensionals going or glue dots, whatever you prefer, and our clouds, right? I think I'm gonna need a fourth cloud, and I think I did not pull 4 clouds. We're gonna put 1 cloud right there. So we're only gonna put the adhesive on the back left side. So anyway, it was a busy, busy weekend. Then we had something else we had to do. I can't remember what it was. Oh, I had a live Sunday night. So over on my Facebook page. So yeah, so we did all that. And all day I kept going, oh, tomorrow's a PJ day. I don't have to get up. I mean, I don't have to get up early. I don't have to get dressed. I get to stay home until 3 o'clock. It'll be great. At 10 o'clock, my doorbell rings. I play Mahjong every other week, usually, with a great group of women. But in my head, we had Mahjong last week, so we weren't possibly having Mahjong this week. Nope, there they all were. I was still in my pajamas. So the fact that I didn't realize Tuesday was today, what is going on with my adhesive here? The fact that I didn't realize Tuesday was today and that tomorrow means that's Wednesday for just cards is just, you know, the continuation of the week for me. All right, there we go. We got it now. And then these, and I'm going to grab another one out of the box. Anybody else having a week like that? Because let me tell you, whew, I don't think it's going to get any better either. That's the sad part. Because I leave again Thursday for my other retreat. The one that I lead is actually starts Thursday. And I'm still trying to decide when on Monday I'm coming back, but I will be back on Monday at some point. All right, so we're going to put one here, and then the other two we're going to mount from behind. I think that's what the instructions say, but you know what? I don't think we really need to do that. I think we're going to just mount everything on the front. Again, we're going to keep the adhesive very low on the cloud. Put that right there. And do another one. Right here. Kind of bend him around a little bit. And then this last one. Now this one, I want to make sure I'm only putting the adhesive on the right side. By the way, if you were as concerned as I was when I saw Seal was on back order until March 13th, it is back in stock. And you can order it. So, okay, so there's our clouds. We're going to put our little duck on and our little greeting, and we're going to do that with dimensionals for sure. You could just do glue dots if you prefer. That would be fine. Good morning, Debbie. And Marilyn, I don't know if you're on Facebook. If you are, you can private message me your address for your cards, and we will do our best to get those out tomorrow for you. And I think I was gonna put that on dimensionals, but I think I'm gonna go flat. What do you think? Just right there. There we go. There is the first one, as Paper Pumpkin suggested that you create it. And that's the really cool thing. You get all the pieces and parts. You can create it any way you'd like, right? So, okay. So let's go on to the next one. There are all kinds of stuff on my table here. We're going to go with the balmy blue card base. And I already punched all my pieces out. So this one already has the diorama, if you will, cut out for you. And it fits in just like that. And then it has a white on the back, so it's not distracting when you open the card. But you do want to remember to apply your adhesive on the gray side, which is kind of counterintuitive, right? There we go. This one has lots and lots of the cuties, patooties here. And we'll get the other greeting that we need. And again, we're using the Mango Melody because that's the ink spot that you get in the kit, right? Did anybody do the February Paper Pumpkin yet? So we have that piece, and then I'm going to need the umbrella, and a couple clouds. So let's grab our clouds again. They give us lots and lots of clouds, which is awfully nice of them. All right. So the umbrella is going to go on the back of the little tortoise. So cute. Okay. And then our little frog is going to sit here. We're going to pop a cloud there and a cloud over here. So again, we want to be careful with our adhesive. Make sure we're only going on the one side. And this is going to just have adhesive up here at the top. Good spot for glue dot, perhaps, right? So you're sure you don't go too long or too deep and close up your card front. That's the word I'm looking for. I think I am going to put some dimensionals on the back of this greeting. The little frog's going to sit right here. So let's get some adhesive on him. But you can see Paper Pumpkin makes really cute and quick cards. Especially this month's. And I truthfully haven't had a chance to look and see if you are a Paper Pumpkin subscriber. The other benefit of being a subscriber is if you fell in love with this kit, then you have the opportunity to purchase refills. And I truthfully did not have a chance to look and see if we have refills available in the online store. But if you really fell in love with it, you could check that and see. And I'm going to put one more on there. Well, probably two more, because I want to grab that umbrella and make sure it stays in place. And remember to give me a thumbs up, guys, and like. A thumbs up is a like, and subscribe if you're not a subscriber, and leave a comment, right? Even if you are watching after the fact, because I draw right before we go live for the winner of the projects, and your name could be pulled just like Marilyn's was this morning. We're going to put a couple of the blue raindrops on here since I didn't use any of these cute little embellishments on my alternate. They're nice and bright blue. This is balmy blue. Well, it might be Coastal Cabana, actually. They suggest 5. I'm going to go with 3. I think if I get 5 on there, I'm going to get a little crowded with the frog and the umbrella and the clouds. But isn't that cute? So cute. And then again, you would just sign it down here in the corner, or you could write a message on the inside of the card as well. Okay. All right, so there's that one. We've done 2. Now we're going to do the last one, and then we'll move into the alternatives. Oh, that's fun, Debbie. That's awesome. I have done like Valentine kids classes. Those are fun. Easter kids classes. I haven't done a kids class in a while, probably since pre-pandemic, to be honest. I kind of got away from in-person classes, obviously, as all of us did during the pandemic. So, all right, we're going to once again stamp the sun. This time I think I'm just going to fold the card back so it's out of the way. Oh, that's not going to work because I need to see the positioning. Let me clean the sun. So how old is your granddaughter? those out of the way. Close. Whoops. Close down. I just creased that, didn't I? I sure did. Okay, and then we'll ink that up. Always remember to put a stamp case or an ink pad or something under your plate when you're inking it up so that you have a nice flat surface. I'm going to do it again. All right, we're going to have to redo this because I got to fold this under now and hope that I get it where I want it. I think we'll get something. We're going right there. Fingers crossed, right? Just turned 11. That's a great age to be stamping with them. And see, again, this time I didn't catch one of the sun rays, so I can absolutely re-ink. Oh, I kind of like that. Now, normally I'd go for more solid, but I kind of like that we've got some shading in the sun. So I'm going to let that one go. I don't know if that's showing up on camera or not. I'm going to cheat with my Sandy isn't nearby, and I'm going to clean this because I'm getting ink on the plate now. That's the hazard of the large ink pads on the Stamparatus. That's why the Stampin' Spots are so perfect for the Stamparatus, right? Because they're nice and small and they don't go everywhere. But sometimes, like in my situation where I'm trying to save that ink spot. Oh yeah, that's good. That's good where we got that. Probably have a full sun versus a partial, but I'm okay with that. All right, so we are going to go ahead and mount our hill in here on the inside. Something we can actually put adhesive the whole way on. How about that? Even my nephew, when he was little, he liked to come in and stamp. He actually, I forget what he did. Oh, remember the days of the bottle caps? We had the bottle caps that we could stash with the die cutting machine. Well, Matthew, I had smashed one and I hadn't used it. So he took it and put something in it and turned it into a cute little card. And so I told him how cute that was. And, you know, he was all tickled with himself that he showed Aunt Lori how to make something. And then he was here with us one time. Ooh, too low. He was here with us staying one weekend and he'd gone to bed and we were sitting down in our family area, which is also right off of my studio. And I heard this noise behind me on the counter and I thought, oh, please, I've never seen a mouse here, but please tell me that's not a mouse. No, it was my nephew who had snuck down the steps, crawled across the floor behind us, and was trying to get ink pads. Because he was upstairs creating Christmas cards for his mom and dad. Now, he would kill me if he knew I was telling these stories because he is now 21-year-old dirt bike snowboarder. But Aunt Laura still has to tell tales on him. There's our bunny. How cute is our bunny? And our little kite. It's the hard words today, apparently, that I'm struggling with. So we are going to ink up our kite with our mango. And I love how easy it is to line up the photopolymer stamps. And the bunny is going to have the kite attached to the back of his hand so that it's flying up in the air. Apparently, I thought adhesive came out. Okay, we're going to put those dimensionals on the back of this as well. I always try to make sure when I'm attaching something to the back of another image that I catch where they're connected. So I'm going to leave it like that so that it helps it hold it in place, right? These are cute. And then we're going to move into the alternates that I created. So we're going to put this little guy right here. That's going to help keep your card closed, but not prevent it. Oh, the tape might prevent that. I have to take off from, yes, don't put a dimensional on the back of your, see, this is what happens when I don't make them in advance. I usually make them in advance and I thought, oh, I can make these online with you guys. Yeah, don't do that. I do try to make all the mistakes for you. Don't always want to show them all to you. But this way you won't make that mistake, because I thought that would be really cute, but apparently not. Yeah, so we have to leave the kite flying loose, which will give you a little bit of a challenge in putting it together. But I mean, putting it in the envelope, but that is a cute card. And then you can sign down here under the hill. All right, so that is project number 3 as Stampin' Up. Try to promote them. I did a little bit of butchering there. I actually forgot to put the greeting on that one, so let's grab that and do that. Wishing you sunshine and smiles. Would actually be a nice greeting to put inside of an Easter kit as well, wouldn't it? Okay. There we go. Now it's complete. All right. Let me figure out this disaster that I've created on my table. And then we're going to work on the alternates. So, first alternate I have to share with you looks like this. Okay. And we are using the coordinating colors from the kit. You are welcome, Marilyn. It's always been my goal, is to make your life easier, my customers' lives easier, and figure out all those things that you can actually really just kind of goof on before they have to figure it out for themselves, right? Okay, so Balmy Blue is our card base. And then I'm bringing in some mango, some basic white to highlight or accent, if you will. Actually, that's not mango, that's pale papaya I used on this one. Because pale papaya goes very nicely with this colors in this kit as well. So we're going to layer on some basic white. And then a layer of pale papaya. Which this needs trimmed down. And I swear to you, I feel like I'm having deja vu, because I swear to you, I did this last night. I specifically went through the kits last night and made sure. This is weird because I really do feel like I did this already. But we're going to do it again. I got it fixed. There we go. And then I'm going to take a card and I'm going to cut this card back off. Okay, so we are cutting the card to 3.5 by 4 3/4. And we're using the back side. So I'm going to start at 3.5. By 4 3/4. This makes a great mat for a label. And this, I'll figure something else out to do with that cute little piece in the future, right? Never, we're stampers. We never throw anything away. We just don't do it. I don't think any crafter does, to be honest with you. Okay, so I have that. this is the back side. I need that, right? So all I did was take the stitched shapes, and I think I took the next to the largest. I did. And I just cut it and flipped it over and put it right back in the hole. So let me do that. Over here on my die cutting machine. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and mount this to the card front. So just because they come as cards doesn't mean you have to keep them as cards, right? You can cut them up and use them in any way that you like. And I like not having necessarily, in some cases, if you're in a swap or something like that, yes, you want all your cards to be the same. But I don't necessarily, for my own personal stash, want to have 3 cards all the same. So there we go. Just like that. And that all came out of 1/2, or not even quite a half, right? Hey, Marlene. So we're going to use our dimensionals and pop a cloud up there. Dimensionals did come in the kit as well. And again, I tend to keep those for different things that I do throughout the year. And then, where's my little ducky? Because I had him all punched out. Good thing is there's more of them. So let me grab a label. Put that down there across the bottom. And here's another tip. Sometimes I do and sometimes I don't throw these away, because you can take our new smaller blending brushes and use this as a stencil. Like that would be, if you did that one, and that one, this one, and this one, you'd have a great cloud coverage in your sky, right? So look at your pieces before you toss them, because, and you could even do the bunny in like a smoky slate to do a shadow to offset the stamped or the stamped image from Playing in the Rain, or even one of the die cuts from this kit. Oh no, Marilyn, you're not dumb at all. No, no, no. That's hopefully that's why you watch us, right? So that we can give you different ideas that maybe just never can. Trust me, I do that all the time. And even my own customers will teach me things. I'm like, hey, why didn't I ever think of that? All right, little ducky, little umbrella for the ducky. Little adhesive to hook that umbrella to him. And more dimensionals, right? So when I was doing a lot of in-person classes and events and clubs and all of that, my saying, my girls knew my saying was to say, my goal is to teach you at least one new thing every time you see me. That was a lot easier back when we were more in person than we are virtual. Now it's a little harder to teach you something brand new every time you see me, but I'm happy that I gave you a new idea today. So there's our cute little duck, and then we're going to stamp our greeting. And more dimensionals, because I like me a dimensional. Okay, Debbie, have fun. Probably missed her. Okay, there's our card front. We could actually even grab some of those raindrops and put in there. What do you think? Let's try that. Like, where do I put it? There we go. Where do I put it? Now, here's a challenge for y'all, because I usually take notes when I'm designing, but it's been a crazy few weeks. And so I didn't take notes on this particular project. I have no idea where this greeting came from. I couldn't be happier to have you as my friend. Anybody got an idea? Where that greeting came from? Because I didn't. I couldn't find it to save my life. So I did pull one. I think this is the one. I love that we are friends. And that one comes out of the Country Floral, I think it's called. Yeah, or Country Bouquet. Country Floral, I think, is the designer series paper. I love that we are friends. But for the life of me, where that I couldn't be happier that we are friends comes from, I don't know. And I keep forgetting that I have a service that if I type that in there, it would probably tell me where it came from. So I didn't even think to do that until just this minute. So I'll have to go back and find that, because I like that greeting. I couldn't be happier that we are friends. Oh yes, those little raindrops make a world of difference, I think. Let's see. What do you think? There they are together. This one, no raindrops. That one has a couple of raindrops on it. Anybody got an opinion? I don't know, maybe the camera's not picking those up too well as I look at the screen. All right, let's go on to the next one. As soon as my brain engages here, so I know I have to do these in a particular order. Yep, I have to do this one next. Okay. So we are going to bring in some other colors. Oh, you collect from, well, you're going to like my next card, Marlene. Because it's got a duo of frogs. I brought in At the Pond. This is the hostess set in the mini catalog. So you still have March and April to put together a book order or do a book party with some friends and hit that minimum level of $150 in orders to qualify for At the Pond. But it is cute. I love the little dragonfly too, although I didn't use him, and the little flies, and it even has a cute little heart in it, and the little cattails. There's the water. I used the log. I stamped it in soft suede for the outline image, right? And then I off stamped it and did the inside image. So this is a 2-step stamp. Same thing with the frog. Stamped him in Old Olive, did the inside in an off stamped Old Olive. And of course, this is our punch out or our die cut from Paper Pumpkin. But this particular pattern from the Fancy Flora designer series paper which is in the mini catalog, right? It's this one. And I only have 9 patterns left because I've used all the rest of it. These remind me of painted canvases, the way that they are laid out, and just taking your palette knife with the paint and creating that texture. So these are 9 of the patterns. Apparently I've used all the other ones. And that one looks like flowers. And then this one, great starry sky down to Orchid Oasis. And this one has beautiful colors on the back as well. But this one, the minute I saw it, and I know it's not blue, but the minute I saw it, I saw lily pads in this. Don't ask me why. You have In the Pond. Awesome. Awesome, Marilyn. So yeah, so it just reminded me of lily pads. I don't know why. Call me crazy, but that's what I saw as soon as I saw it, even though it's purple. You know, at nighttime, the sun hits a certain way, the water can look purple. That's my story, and I'm sticking with it. All right, so we are starting with a layer of Orchid Oasis. And again, I'm going to cut the pink gingham card apart. And one of the other pieces, hey, where are the other ones? This comes in the kit, not embossed like this, but this particular piece, you get 3 of these for your projects, comes in the kit. And I used it to flip over and have the neutral white to offset the lighter shades in this particular project. And then I embossed it with painted texture embossing folder. So again, it kind of blends in with that imagery that I have in my head for that designer series paper. And luckily, when I put this on here, it actually will cover the oval. So I don't have to use my back and ruin that little rainbow. I can actually use the front layer. So that's what we're going to do. I got plans for that rainbow on the last card. Oh, that was Marlene that said she has On the Pond. I'm sorry. That's my eyes, guys. They're a bit of a mess right now. All right, so I'm going to cut this at 4 1/4. And then we're going to cut it down a little bit, just a little bit. I think we're going to make it 4 by 5 1/4. So that I have an even distribution of that oval, right? It's not shifted one way or the other. Because if I just took a 1/4 inch off here, this side's going to be smaller. So this is how I do that too. I'm going to 5 1/4. So I'm going to do 1/8 of an inch off on one side. So from a 5 1/2 to 5 3/8 lined up on the edge. And then I'm just going to trim that side. And then I'm going to flip it around and I'm going to trim the same amount off on the other side. And then it stays centered for us, which sometimes is important, sometimes it isn't. If it's not important, I take it all off on one side. And then I said 4, right? So same thing here. We're going to take 1/8 of an inch off the top. 1/8 of an inch off at the bottom. And that gets us to our 4. Those little strips want to stay right on that cutting arm. Okay. We're going to go ahead and mount this. Actually, let's mount this first, because I want to make sure I've got that where I want it. And I'm okay that it's going to stick out on the ends, right? Because this piece is going to come in. So even though I've got gaps, this piece is going to take care of covering that up for me. Again, I'm going to do this. I'm not worried about the gaps. And then this is going to come, oops, not that side. This side is going to come in just like that. So we have no gaps, okay? Because again, trying to preserve your designer series paper, right? You don't want to cut it bigger than you need to. You can use that 2" by 6" strip on another project. And this can go on the card front. Now on my original design, I just figured out last night when I was packing the kit that I didn't need to cut this back, right? So underneath here is this piece. And I'm like, that's such a waste of that rainbow. Well, I'll show you what I did because I'm still going to do it on the next card. Okay, so there's that. Where did my little frog go? There's my log. So we're just going to mount that down here flat. Okay, I lost my frog. Where'd he go? There he is. Whoa, come back here, dude. He was trying to run away. All of this is done flat, even the little guy. The only thing that I popped up on dimensionals is the greeting. So, so cute. So, so cute. And I'm going to sit him right there so it looks like he's, in my head, he's sitting on that lily pad, right? I don't know. It's not the first time someone's told me my head's a scary place to be. It truly isn't. And then we'll grab a label. You brighten my day. I know we used that earlier. It's not really kit. We're going to stamp that in the mango, of course. That's a little low, but we're going to go with it. And you could have done that in Flirty Flamingo because of that pink background. I stayed with the ink pad for this one that was in the kit. So I'm going to put that up on dimensionals, as I said. On my original, I did it in Flirty Flamingo, but in case you don't have that color, I wanted you to see that you could do it either way. Hey, Donna. Okay. And on the inside of that one, I did, here again, I used the Flirty Flamingo. I'm going to stay with the mango, so you can see it either way. If you have the Flirty Flamingo, you can absolutely add that. But since the mango comes with the kit, this thank you is from Irresistible Blooms. And that is the stamp set that is in the online exclusive product grouping. So if you haven't gone out to an online store and checked out all the good stuff that's out there, make sure you do. So there's lots of fun product out there. And mango goes very nicely with the Orchid Oasis as well. There is project number 2. Now we could add some of those little pink dots, right? That would be cute on there. But I think I'm going to let that one go with the frogs. Okay. All right. So project number 2 And I did fussy cut him, fussy cut the log and the little frog, but it didn't take long. That was pretty easy fussy cutting. All right, and here is our last one. And do you see what's back here? It's part of the rainbow. So if I was going to put this, so this will allow me to do it with this because we're going to do that together. It will allow me to put it behind another imagery and still have that pink gingham just by cutting that center out. So this is the stitched rectangles. Make sure I'm grabbing the right one. There's a lot of dies in this one. And I'm going to strategically place it so that my son is going to get stamped for the most part in the, what I call the So Saffron area, right? And then we're also getting that hill of greenery to put the flowers on. I'm going to use a little Post-it note tape to hold that in place as I die cut that. And so this gives me enough border that I could lay a layer of cardstock on there, or I could use it this way and do something as make it a window and pop it up, right? And make that a window so that you've got the gingham and then put your greeting down here. And so lots of options for that piece is left behind. And there is our piece that we're going to put on there. We're going to bring that sun in one more time. We're going to hold that in place. I'm going to make sure that's clean before I try to position it. And I'm going to put that right there. So I might not get quite as much sun on here because I think I shifted a little bit to the right, but that's okay. We'll still get enough. Grab a stamp case to put underneath. It really does make a difference. It helps to eliminate the chance of, not completely eradicate, but eliminate the chance of getting ink on the plate itself, which then transfers to your project, right? Well, that looks pretty good. I'll do it one more time just to darken it up a little bit. Again, that's the luxury of the Stamparatus. There we go. I like that. All right. And make sure if you're using baby wipes to clean any stamps, whether it's the red rubber or the photopolymer, they do not have alcohol in them, right? Or even aloe if you can avoid it, because aloe will sometimes do funky things to your stamps. We are going to grab our flowers. So I'm still using all the punch outs from the kit. And we're going to put them right there. Silicone pad. So I'm just going to run that adhesive right across. Then I have a basic white card base, which that's going to go in the center of. And then I have this card base from the Paper Pumpkin kit. And obviously what I want is just the front. So once again, we're going to cut those apart. I'm leaving the back intact. Cut it right at 4 1/4. Then I'll trim it down so that I have 4. So an 8 on that side. Line it up at 4, an 1/8 off of that side. And the same thing over here. 4 by 5 1/4 is what our frame will be. Whoa, not 5. That would have been design on the fly and figure out how to correct that. All right. I think we're finally done with the paper cutter. And we're going to do wishing you sunshine and smiles on our tag. Looking at, I don't know, hopefully I'm staying in camera, but I really can't see to stamp that far away. There we go. I am going to grab my foam adhesive strips because we're going to lift this up so that there's some depth there back into the rainbow with the sun and the flowers on it. And you can absolutely do the same effect with dimensionals. This is just quicker. This is just quicker. And if you don't have these foam adhesive strips, they are great for so many things. First of all, creating this kind of diorama, if you will. Also to do shaker cards with, right? Grab my scissors. They're going to be longer than I need, but that's okay because I can just snip and go to the next side. We have a nice wide border here to position these on. And since we're not doing a shaker card, I don't have to worry about matching them up, right? That's kind of new. I've never had the paper do that before. It's all right. So I can just put it on a piece of wax paper. But these are awesome. And you can use them as little snippets too if you need something smaller than what an actual dimensional is and you don't want to try to cut down the hexagons, right? And you can put the excess back on there. Like I said, I'll just put a piece of wax paper over it to protect the sticky side. Some of this is already off. Yeah. So lining this up is probably the hardest part because it's not really going to come up if you don't get it even. And I'm a little farther to the right than the left, but I'm okay with that. Could always put a little string of ribbon over there. How cute is this? Flat for our rainbow. We need a turtle. We just happen to have a turtle left. He's going to mount right there with adhesive, just on the bottom. And adhesive just on the top on our tag, because we're going to drop that down over the edge. There's something in there. I'll get that out later. Cute, right? And then on the inside of this one, I did do a little bit of stamping. I put the thinking of you and the flowers in there just to tie it together. And I colored my flowers with some blends. So there's the flowers. This is a different, I think I did use the Rain and Shine stamp. Flowers in there, but we're just going to go with this one since it's in the paper pumpkin. Again, I didn't want to pull too much in for your alternates that you may or may not have had, right? So you can see a little bit of what I did with some extras, but if you don't have those, then you can easily stay with the colors. And these are just colors that the kit coordinates with. Mix it up a little bit there. So that was light old olive, dark pale papaya, light coastal cabana, and light daffodil delight. And I did not use the dark pumpkin pie. And the thinking of you, of course, comes from my favorite greeting set, and that is Go-To Greetings out of the annual catalog. Okay. So there we have it. Let me cover my ink pad so that I don't lay anything in it. So here is one alternate. Here's the second alternate. And here's the third alternate. Okay. And the winner will get the alternate cards. Okay. Or maybe we'll draw two winners and I'll give one the regular set and one the alternate set. We'll see. And those are as Stamping Up wanted them made or suggested that you make it. Okay. Can't fit everything on camera. So yes, drop a comment, give me a thumbs up, share the video. And if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. All of those actions help me and YouTube know that you like what I'm doing, you like what you see, and keeps me coming back. So I appreciate you tuning in and watching. I hope you enjoyed those. I hope you got some ideas on how to maybe change up your February paper pumpkin. And I will be live again on Thursday at 10 over on my Facebook page, Lori Staley Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. If you're over there, please come hang out with us there. And I'm not sure what I'm using on Thursday. I think I might be using Irresistible Bloom on Thursday because I do 3 cards with that. Hey, Jerry. Oh, thank you, Carol. I appreciate that. Thanks, Marlene. And otherwise, I'll be back here Tuesday at lunchtime next week for another Lunch with Lori. Thanks, guys. Bye.